Food, it's more than just sustenance. It's an art, a passion, and a universal language that brings people together. From the first bite of a delicately crafted pastry to the warmth of a freshly baked loaf, food has the power to enchant and inspire. Food has brought us to the world of Ayanleke Florence Odunayo, an ambitious entrepreneur and culinary master. Sparked by a deep-seated passion for baking and catering, Odunayo's journey into the culinary arts began in 2015. This passion led her to the esteemed Precious Institute of Catering, Confectionery, Hotel and Event Management in Songwota, Ogun State, where she honed her skills and laid the foundation for her future success. After obtaining her national diploma from Yaba College of Technology in 2019, Odunayo's quest for knowledge took her to the University of Lagos. There, she pursued a Bachelor of Education in Home Economics, seamlessly blending academic rigor with her practical culinary expertise. It was in her home bakery that Odunayo's creativity truly blossomed, transforming simple ingredients into culinary masterpieces that delighted and enchanted her customers. Despite encountering numerous obstacles, Odunayo's unwavering determination and passion for baking saw her through the toughest times. Her story is one of resilience and unrelenting perseverance, a testament to what can be achieved when you follow your passion with dedication and hard work. Today, Ayanleke Florence Odunayo's flourishing home bakery stands as a beacon of inspiration. Each mouth-watering confection she crafts leaves patrons in a way, a sweet symphony of flavors and textures that speak volumes about her talent and dedication. Join us as we go on the journey with Odunayo, a culinary master whose dedication to her craft is transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, one delightful bite at a time.
I went into catering because of my passion for cooking, baking right from childhood. My mom is actually a caterer. She's into cooking for events, and then since childhood I've loved cooking. And then in 2015 I went into catering by attending a catering school, and then that was how it started. My passion for catering has helped me so much to cater for events by bringing out sumptuous cakes and desserts. We provide food and beverage and salt. So I'm from a family of 6, the third child of the family, and I've been having so much help from family and friends, whereby they encourage me, and then in terms of patronage, they are really supportive, and it's really, really inspiring, and it's helping me to do more in the business. Posh Cakes and More, actually, before we used to be Posh Cakes and Desserts for people that know us, but about last year we decided to do better by registering the business, whereby we started having issues because people have started using Posh Cakes and others, and then that was when we resolved to Posh Cakes and More. So, but we've been in business for about 5 years, and God has been helping us. What inspired me into Posh Cakes and More is the ability to bring out good and heavenly taste of cakes and desserts, because we put so much effort, and then by renewing our recipes, looking into them, bringing good and tasty desserts and cakes. We make small chops, foods, and then we put so much effort into giving them quality foods and healthy foods. So my passion has actually been keeping me going. Some of the challenges I've encountered is funding, in terms of, because getting equipment, space, and generally the nation electricity, and then increase in commodity, our cost of ingredients and all, it has not been helping, and those are the major challenges. Yeah, the success so far that has actually been keeping me going is the ability to, whenever I bring out my products and the attitude of people, the acceptance, and then the joy, that brings me so much joy, and that has been keeping me going. And then also support from friends and families. My parents, they are really supportive, and my friends, they are really helping. The courage, the words of encouragement are really, really encouraging, and those are the things that actually keeps me going. I've had so much of positive feedbacks from people whenever I deliver my jobs, such as, because timely delivery is one of the things we work with. Those things like that actually help people to appreciate our jobs, and then also the quality taste we give in our products. People give us really encouraging and sweet comments, which has been helping me to go all the way.
Hello, Chef Odunayo, aka Posh.
Good afternoon, sir.
It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
How are you as business?
Thank God, I'm fine.
I understand that you are in the cake business.
Yes.
Right? What's your major product? Is it only cakes, or do you have more things you make?
Okay, we make cakes for all kinds of celebration, and we make small chops. We make pastries, we make all kinds of pastries. We make food also.
You make food too?
Yes.
Oh, so what kind of food do you make? Is
packed
only
food. Packed food.
Packed food.
Yes.
Okay.
Takeaways.
So you can kick it up for an entire party.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Before we delve into the technical aspect, I just want to know, why is it square cakes popular? Why are 90% of cakes round?
Yeah, the reason behind it is that square cakes is actually more expensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they consume more butter. Butter is the combination of our ingredients for making cakes. When you combine all ingredients together, that's where we have butter. So square cakes, because of the angles and the points, they consume more.
Oh.
And even the frosting, the decorations, the icing, they consume more. So that makes them more expensive.
Oh.
So that's the logic behind it.
You people make round cakes to cut costs.
Yeah, it's not about us, it's the system.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, how has business been? With the exchange rates jumping up and down, how have you been coping?
Actually, it has not been easy, but we just need to stay in business and work around it. We have to work around it, but we maintain quality.
You maintain
also.
quality.
Yeah.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah.
How do you manage your pricing, considering the need to constantly increase your price to cover your costs?
It has not been easy. Like I said, we need to go back to our drawing board, do our costing, and that's why most times when customer calls in to order, we just tell them, please give me some time. So we go back to costing. It has been really taxful that we need to do our costing day in, day out. Wow. So that we won't be at loss, because we're running a business to get our profits at least at the end of the day.
Okay. For your inventories, do you store them waiting for orders, or you order for them only when there is a client order?
Okay, I store, just not too much, because most times we have more of cake orders. So, and cake does not really consume when it comes to flour and all, because we have a lot of things that goes into cake. So when it comes to some ingredients like flour and or we don't talk too much, because we don't have to have too much of it. It doesn't have to stay too long. So we stock, but not too much. Not
So-
too much, yeah.
How do you know the exact quantity to stock? Let's use flour as example.
Okay.
How do you know the exact quantity of flour
To
to
stock, I make sure at least I have 2 pints of flour at home.
2
Yeah,
pints.
like yes, pints. We call it pints.
pints.
That's
okay.
about 6 kg of
Okay.
flour. I make sure I have that at home, and other ingredients as well. I make sure I have those at home, and eggs. Maybe 1 crate. I can easily get egg around. So, but mostly I make sure I have at least 6 pints of flour at home.
So that way, if I need a cake by 10 p.m., you can just whip it up.
Yes.
Okay. Why I'm actually asking about your inventory, because normally keeping inventory is a delicate area.
Yeah.
Because when you keep inventory, you are tying down your money.
Yes.
Okay. But in this case where costs are jumping up and down, at times it makes sense to actually buy things in advance and keep
Yeah.
it, because it's a way of giving yourself sanity.
Yes.
Yes, and the way of controlling the price of the product
yes, the
as
price.
much as possible, because
Yes.
because once you have inventory in stock
Yeah.
and a client makes an order, you can easily have an idea of what the price.
Yes,
Instead of asking the
yes.
client to wait for 2 days for you to go to market and start asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a delicate environment right now in Nigeria.
Yes.
But hopefully the attempts of the federal government to control the exchange rate crisis will yield positive results.
Yeah. So.
Do you have any staff?
It's still a one-man thing, but I have support from my siblings.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Woman thing.
Still,
wow.
yeah.
That's going to be a lot of stress
Yes, it is.
for you.
It is.
Okay. If I may ask, how do you market? How do you get customers?
Customers. Actually, I do more of online marketing by posting on my status on WhatsApp, on Instagram also, and then I have my Google account also, whereby people around me can order, and then I try to talk to people. Whenever I meet people, I tell them what I do. I remember a day I was in a keke napep, early normal, and then I saw a woman. She was sitting beside me, and I think a call came in, and I saw a picture, a wallpaper, whereby I think her daughter or someone was carrying a cake. So I was just like, I can talk to her now. And then I told her, I make cakes and they are really good. So the woman, I think that was last year. So this year the woman actually patronized me.
Oh,
And it was even
that's lovely.
her son, for her son's girlfriend. So they came together and she was telling the son that, can you imagine how I met her? She told me about herself, but she usually sees my status day in, day out, every time. So she comments, but eventually this year she patronized me. I think that was February. She patronized me and she really loved her cake when she came. So.
I actually find that quite interesting. And the main reason why I asked for how you market is because there's a level of marketing you do that you may get more orders than only you can cope. So that was going to be my next question. That what happens when you get more order than only one person can cope with?
Yeah.
And how do you manage it? Before you answer, I want you to answer from two perspectives. How do you manage it from the angle of the work itself? And the second aspect of the question is, how do you manage it from the angle of the money to actually fulfill the order? Yes.
Okay. In the aspect of the work itself, I employ people. I bring in people, yes. Just, I said earlier, just yesterday, when a customer called in, they needed 150 packs of small jobs, and I can't say no. So I had to put a call through to 1 or 2 people, and then they sent me someone, also an expert guy, and then we did it together. And we're able to deliver promptly. So that's I bring in people when I perceive the workload is going to be much. I bring in people because catering is really, really tedious.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So, and then support from my siblings also. They are really helping me.
Okay.
And then the money aspect. I've actually tried to build a structure whereby I make customers pay before I venture into their order. So they make their payments. Payment validates order because this is food. They can change their mind anytime, and then what will happen to the product if I haven't collected my money? I assure them I will deliver to them. I assure them, and people that have been my customers that comes over time, they know I deliver. So I just give them my word that don't worry, your job will be delivered. You just have to pay me, because imagine having that kind of order over 200,000 naira. It's still a growing business, and they cancelled it. So what will happen? Where will I sell it to? So, and because I actually developed that structure because it has happened before. A cake order for that matter, because I don't do ready to go cakes. I bake on order. So the customer called in and ordered a cake, assuring me, okay, I'll make my payments, don't worry, I'll make it, just please start the order. And then I did twice. That's happened twice. I did. Come and pick your cake. The cake is ready, make your payments. I started calling, she was not picking her call. I had to sell the cake out 2 days after. There was no light then, I had to run chain. It was actually a whipped cream cake. I had to power chain whipped cream cake. It's a kind of cake that melts fast if it's not in a cool environment, either a fridge or freezer, just like this. So I had to run chain for hours. I was rationing it that okay, let this cake, let me just run the gen for like 3 hours for some time and then put it off for the freezer to be cool. So I had to sell the cake at a lower price at the end of the day.
Wow. Because
the person that wanted to buy it was not really ready for a cake, but just to sell it out, I just had to. So I make customers pay before I start their jobs. So I work with their money.
Well, I totally appreciate where you're coming from. The catering or confectionery business can be quite interesting, if I may put it that way. My next question will be, knowing how time intensive the business is, do you have monthly targets for sales, or you just wait for clients to knock on your door? And if you have monthly targets for sales, what are the activities you do to meet those targets?
Actually, I have tried to build a structure whereby I have a kind of monthly target for sales. Then I put in my best in posting, reaching out to people. I have a structure whereby last year, I know some quite of people that have patronized me. I wrote them out, especially birthday cakes, people that ordered for someone. So whenever the time is coming, I'll check. Like just 2 days ago, this is a new month. I checked through, okay, who ordered in May? So I've checked and I've started sending out texts. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes. So-so's birthday is in 2 days' time, is in 2 weeks' time. We really like to have some cakes, things like that. Trying to remind them.
So you do that manually?
Yes. Text with my chat, WhatsApp. Yes, I do that.
That's
to send
going to be quite tough to track.
Yeah, since this is my full-time business, so I just have to put in so I do that.
What you just said reminded me of one vendor that I bought flowers for my wife about 4 years ago
Oh, wow.
for Valentine's, I think. Or something.
Okay.
Every year, 2 weeks before Father's
Vows,
Day, they will
okay.
send a reminder.
Yeah.
And I was always shocked that these people still have my
Your
number.
contact, yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
one of the ways. So that's how we do it. And keeping records of our customers has been helping us to track them for their celebrations. And then monthly, weekly, we send kind of broadcast message to them. So that they will still remember us, that we are still in business.
Okay. One last quick question though. What other expenses do you have apart from the expenses directly related to flowers and the cake ingredients in your business?
Equipment. Yes, equipment. Because catering has to do with a lot of tools and equipment. We have
power.
Power. Yes, power and rent space. I'm a home baker, but we still pay rent. So those are the expenses. Water. We buy water. A lot. Yeah.
So, Chef Odunayo, aka Posh,
Yes.
it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much.
And I hope next time we meet, you will have met and exceeded multiples of your revenue targets.
Yeah, hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for having me.
Thank you.